from his apartment, it's the Serg Podcast, starring Sergio Santana.
I don't wanna hurt nobody, I just came to vibe. Tonight we ain't with no drama, tell them take it outside.
With tonight's guest,
Shorty and her friends been looking for a while, tell them come and vibe.
Now here's your host,
Disappear for a little, find a place to hide. Forget the problems, man. Gotta put the stress aside.
All right, so let's make some noise for our first night comedian John Phillips. What's going on, man? How you doing, bro?
What's going on, good brother?
Good.
I'm hanging in there, man. For all this mess. I call it mess.
Yeah.
I think everybody should call it mess, but yeah.
But you ain't going through it.
Slowly but surely.
Texas never dealt with
No. Listen, Texas. It's a whole thing down there. Like, bro, you can't get a hotel room now.
Yeah.
Like, just to stay warm. They got people staying in like YMCA's to charge your phone and stay warm. It's like they ain't used to that. They ain't used to what we got.
Right, exactly. So, and they was it's crazy because you think about how it's a warm climate and there's a lot of people that just moved there, because people have been migrating because of the the quarantines and stuff and the different falls. So it's crazy, like all those people that just got there and it's all of a sudden a snowstorm hits. It's 20 these last 2 years been crazy. It's already, we ain't even full into this year, but I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. The last 2 years have been crazy. Yeah.
But for us, this is the weather we supposed to have. We haven't had a winter with snow in a long time.
No.
It's just been like maybe 1-2 inches and then just cold.
Yeah.
But now you get a storm every day or every other day or something like that. It's like real winter. Texas, they got like freezing, like ice and 1 inch of snow, and they shut the whole city down. And now it's pray for Texas and all that. It's a mess. Memphis that way. Others like. Then they play the music.
They wasn't ready for it. They wasn't ready for it because you gotta think like their infrastructure is not used to that. So it is what it is. They weren't prepared. That's really what.
Not at all. But next week is gonna be 7.
Yeah.
So they'll be all right.
They'll be all right.
If nobody passed, they'll be all right. I say a little joke. As long as nobody really didn't lose their life or anything like that, other pipes bust and stuff like that. That stuff happened.
But yeah, no.
Texas and
I
Florida.
remember back in the 90s. Remember the snowstorms back in the 90s? They used to be.
Oh, you talking about the blizzard in '96?
Yeah.
The blizzard in '96 was, man. It was so bad. They would what they do back then? They was dumping the snow in the river. They ain't had nowhere else to put the snow, and then the river started overflowing.
Yeah, that was a real snowstorm. That was when if you got off from school, like you went sledding, you did stuff. You actually went outside, did stuff. Yeah,
went outside, bro. You had fun.
Yeah.
I used to wait if I got in trouble, and my mom was like, "You can't go outside." I would like wait for her to go to sleep after she smoked a joint.
Yeah.
And put my finger in her nose and she's still breathing, and then run outside.
See, that's
what we did when we was kids. We couldn't wait to go outside. We sit on the step all night.
Yeah. No, kids don't want to go outside.
Kids don't understand that, man. Like to sit outside, and for guys, you had to have a nice girl come to your block because the minute they see you mess with like a real big joint, they be like, "Oh, who's she here to see?" It's like, "Oh shit!" You start backing away into your house.
Yeah. I remember that's hilarious, yo. That's hilarious. No, I'm thinking about like even just like how kids are now, man, just not wanting to go outside at all, man. Like you tried. I be trying to force my son. You know what I mean? Like he just wants to sit on the game. You know what I mean? Just sit on Fortnite.
No, they sit on their tablet, man. They wake up in the morning, they grab that tablet, and they go in the corner. You forget they there. That's the new babysitter, the tablet. If you want to leave your kid in the house and go do some crazy stuff, give him that tablet.
Nah.
Give that baby that tablet, and you'll be good.
He passed.
I wouldn't do it.
He's 15, so he passed tablet. He just won't leave it.
I mean, so he's playing games, right?
Yeah, he won't get off that joint. That's what he does.
So
I was told at my age. At his age, I was already doing stand up at his age. To be honest with you, totally different, man, mentality of life. Plus, I used to ride my bike to go rent movies and stuff. Like we used to rent movies,
Yeah.
the stupid stuff. Like I don't know, wherever you wanted to go, I would just hop on my bike. You know what I mean? Be out. You know,
Yeah,
just
that was a good form of transportation for us. We used
yeah.
to go. You could ride that bike anywhere, bro. Anywhere, stores or whatever. You ain't had to worry about catching the bus. You could just take your bike and go. That was your car. That was as for a young boy. That was your car.
Yup.
You ain't need no ride nowhere. As long as you had a good bike, you good.
You was good. You was good. Yep. But man, now, but yeah, and then just so what? So let's get off of that. Let's get off of that topic. What's so you been how you been doing the quarantine? You know, in general, you know, as far as like performing and everything, because I know everybody don't be getting stage time like that in this climate. You know, it's less stage time.
During the quarantine,
Mhm.
when it first popped off and it was bad, and they was doing like virtual shows, which I don't like.
Yeah.
Because it was,
Yeah, I hear you.
I told one lady, she was like, "Can you just please do it?" Man, I said, "Miss, I'm gonna be shit faced when I get on this Zoom." She was like, "It's okay." It was a church show,
Oh man.
man. She told me she said it was cool. God said, "Come as you are," and I was drunk, so we left it at that. We had a good time. I don't think she's gonna use me again, but not
Yeah.
because I do clean shows, but I was just fed up. But she was like, "Oh, you just do it. I do it." I sat there. I had a big glass. It was something in it. It wasn't juice, but I got it done. But my thing is like with that, and slowly but surely things started like picking back up. So I still was doing shows. I think the only person that was still having shows, Ken Jones.
Oh yeah, I seen
Ken
that.
Jones had a show. He
Like
still was having shows through the whole pandemic.
Yep, I saw that. He was moving locations, new location, all this stuff. Yeah.
Yo, see, we was doing at first it started, we was doing secret shows. You had to go through the back door, stuff like that.
Mhm.
You know, we was having stuff. And then, you know, they started the rule you can only have like 30, 50 people into the venue.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing. He's been doing that since the pandemic started.
That's smart though, because he never stopped. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of people that did the virtual. I feel like virtual is something that's not gonna go away anyway, though. I feel like they're gonna be like, it's gonna be a point where clubs are gonna be like, all right, we got these, you know, it's gonna be like a mix. Like, all right, we're gonna book you for the weekend, but you know, we want you to do like 3 virtual shows plus these two live shows on Friday. And
That's cool.
yeah, I see that.
That's cool if you still have a somewhat audience in front of you. If you still have an audience in front of you somewhat, it's cool to do the virtual shows because you still have people that you hear, you can interact with them.
Yeah.
The people at home, they couldn't make it out. They were just watching. They probably wish they was there. At least you get to interact with people. Now, all out virtual is just you taking away from the art of comedy of you interacting with somebody live.
Yeah. No, I think that's what I'm saying.
Works.
I think there would be all out virtual. That's what I'm saying. You would have a combination. It wouldn't be they were like, we're gonna film this while you're on stage. No, it would probably be a thing where like you're gonna have an actual like, you know, because I see a lot of those type of shows. I don't know, like you ever see Rachel Fogletto's? Like she does one. Mm-hmm. She used to do one like every week or so, but that was actually a pretty decent one for a Zoom one, and she had to put the rules up front. But when people, you know, did their set and everything, somebody wanted to laugh, they unmute their mics and stuff, so you could hear it. It's just if there was better way.
Yeah, that too.
Yes, what it is. You need to hear it, yeah, but you need to have a better way for the performer to see or hear them. Basically, that's really what it is. Because even if you're doing it virtually, if you can see all their faces and know they laughing and looking at you, you're good, basically, right? I think that's what we do anyway. I think,
right?
Yeah. So, but I don't know. I don't really like them neither. I mean, for saying all that, I've observed.
Imagine.
Yeah. Good.
No, they give you a check or something like that and saying, "Hey, man, you mind doing this?" Because there's a few people reached out to me, like certain fraternities. It was like, "Yo, we'll do this. We have a virtual show. Just do it," and that's cool. As long as I can hear them laugh, I tell everybody turn their mic on so I can hear them laugh. That's cool. It sucks when you just performing and you don't hear nothing. It's like, damn, you might think you bombing.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
You don't hear nothing. You like, you might think, man, this shit really.
What was I gonna say? Like when I've been
like, this shit used to hit in front of a live crowd.
That's what I'm saying. Like I can't go through this. Like it's a whole new process. I can't go. I think the first time I did it, I actually tried to do it like I was doing stand up. So I was actually standing up and I had my camera set up a certain way, and everybody started clowning me. I did one of those the sucks Johns. Everybody's like, well, like Serge got a whole comedy club, all this stuff.
Oh, you tried to join in the living room type shit?
No, what I did was like I had.
Oh.
No, I didn't do it like that. I stood up. I stood up and stuff, sitting. You know what I mean, sitting down in front of like the computer like this, and then like I I had my background from which is the same background I used for my monologue. It's a brick wall like a comedy club. So I'm standing up like I'm, and I was trying to do it like I was doing comedy, because for me you got to be standing. I want to feel that energy and everything. Like sitting down, I'm just telling you I'm just sharing my material. Like if I'm talking to you like this, I don't feel like I'm really. It's a different energy. We not giving off that same energy anymore. It's not the same thing. So, I feel I had somebody ask me to do it on Clubhouse too. And I'm like, hey, we just talking on the phone? I'm trying to understand what we doing now. Like,
I'm not a fan of Clubhouse, man. I have less and less interest for Clubhouse now. Like all the arguing on there and all the gurus, the comedy gurus have been through the pioneers. And how long you been doing comedy? 6, 7 years. Oh, you don't know shit. I've been out here for 30, and this time I'm like, okay, I'm not doing all that arguing stuff. It's a party line to me.
yeah.
Now, if you want to sit on there sometime,
Mm-hmm.
it's a big party line. That's basically your Clubhouse. But sometimes you do get some jewels. You sit back and listen. You'll hear people talk. You're like, oh man, I understand where you come from with that. But me sit on that 4 or 5 hours, 8, they arguing. Then you got one who has the best sex noises. Now you being a pervert. You got I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on sometimes. It depends on
what are they doing.
Depends on the rules. And that's the thing. Like it's what's funny. I look at it like a country club too. Like it has these different rooms. You can wander in these different rooms, and all of a sudden you got different clubs inside the country club and stuff. You got to be invited, but the party line is funny too.
But then you can get kicked out your own room.
Yeah.
I created this shit. You kicked me. How's this happen? And then everybody, the moderator, the everybody's one mic. You got one mic. Respect them. You can't tell no phone that. I said, man, let me get out of here.
Yeah.
I just took that shit off the phone. I was just like,
whoever
came up with that.
They were smart. Yeah, that was, but people try to get in there and listen to like the tech giants like Elon Musk, hear what he's trying to do, and what's his next move. I mean, I want to hear what's going on with Dogecoin. I ain't gonna lie. Like, certain things like, but yeah, you can get stuck on there for hours listening to people. Sometimes it is wild, but I don't know what's going on anymore, because if you look at like comedy back in the day, like from vaudeville days till now, say, you know what I mean? I feel like we reverting back. Like they had like radio comics and stuff. That's what like podcasters are starting to be. And then you got the people that actually still be doing it on stage, and just different ones though. The ones that's just doing the short videos on like the TikTokers and stuff like that. So
I think it's different. Now it's becoming different.
Yeah.
It's becoming different genres of comedy.
Yeah.
Like you got your online comedian. They do the little, they do these skits, whatever like that. And what entertains it for people is they might be at work and jump on their phone and see something like, oh, that was funny. But if you notice, sometimes you don't go to the show. Like you had a show, they come to your show.
Yeah. No, I mean,
you be like, yo, you laughing at my joint on here, but you dig what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying, like, I feel like we have to, like, as comics,
that just throw me off.
We got to be the ones. I know, I paused you for a second, but I heard you though. I was like, as comics, I feel like we got to do this stuff to get people to come see us live, which is crazy. You know what I mean? When, there's comics, I mean, those a lot of the internet comics get on without doing what we do. You know what I mean? But it's just the way everything's like, I don't know. It's a different world right now, especially when you look how social media is more valued now, because I guess because we're in the house. You know what I mean? I don't know. We can't go out like that. I don't know what. I really
you really can't go out. So of course social media is going to do that. But also the shows I've been at recently, a lot of people have been coming out to those shows. A lot, because they want to get out the house. You could do this, but this is, what I'm saying? It's only temporary. So you have to adjust to certain things. I might put up a clip or something that's funny. People love it. Just entertainment or whatever it is to grab their attention, but they also want to see. They have to get out. It's still you. It's that thing of having to get out, and that's the adults in us. Like we just have to go outside. We can't be in the house. We can't be. Half these people want to kill these kids right now.
Yeah.
these fucking kids is running up and down the stairs doing like crazy shit. Yeah, you have to get out. You want it's a it's an exit just to have fun and do things. Even with your significant other or whoever it may be, you just gotta do that. So like I said, slowly but surely it's getting open. But the last couple of shows I was at, they was at capacity and had to turn people away.
Yeah. Yeah, but then you gotta think too,
So
like in different
people
areas.
want to get out.
Yeah, people want to get out, but in different areas, depending on the rules or the laws, rather, in that state, they can't. So that's why you see people migrating and moving around right now because they're like, well, I can't do it here. You know what I mean? I can go there and I can do more things. I can be more free here, or I can, you know what I mean? Whatever. You know what I mean? And so that's part of it too. That especially because people can work remote. That changed things too. Like people don't work in offices no more like that. And most likely they not. That's just an expense that what do we need that for? You know what I mean? Why are people going into these wasting time, every day going into these office buildings, Is it to be micromanaged at this point? Because they can do that from the computer now.
One thing I hate about what's that? What you just said, work remote. You might call somebody, customer service, and you'll get a nigga that's eating on the phone like, yo, you like, man, this customer service with the sandwich that shit pisses me off. That's why I know I'm black, but if somebody black answer the phone for customer service, I hang up. The minute somebody say, hey, this is Keisha,
that's messed up.
The minute they be like, this is Keisha, how may I help you? I be like, click. I don't like her. I know her attitude is gonna be crazy. I want somebody jolly. For customer service, I need somebody jolly. You're supposed to ease my pain. You ain't supposed to be like, yo, what's up?
I feel like I always get Indian dudes, so that's what happens to me. So I just get real frustrated. And I just send an email.
I understand. I hate when they say, "Sir, I understand." No, you don't. That's why I'm calling your ass. You don't know what's going on over here.
Yeah, nope.
You don't know the struggle.
Oh man,
I'm sorry they reading off a queue or some shit like that. I'm sorry that you're going through this. Is there anything else I can help you with? Nigga, you didn't help me with the first fucking thing I asked you for. Like,
yeah.
That's they too. I forgot about that.
Yeah, every time.
I forgot. My man got a joke about that.
Yeah.
He said he press 1 for English and then you get the Indian
guy. Every time, man.
And
they got them speaking.
But you notice.
They got them
really?
Spanish. Yeah, you really don't know what they're saying now. They just try to confuse you. They don't care. They really want you to just hang up. That's what they want. That's their end game.
They want you to hang. They want you to get frustrated when you like, you know what, motherfucker, and click, and that's all they want.
That's all
they find in the background like, yes, we got him. That's another one. Yeah, that's all they want. That's all they want. Because bro, listen, if you call customer service, you get India. You be like, yo, I want a person that speaks English. They got to transfer you back across seas to the United States, where the fuck you originally from, and you can't. You don't hear none of that.
No.
It's frustration, man.
Frustration.
And I ain't gonna lie, man. Me being an old bus driver, I don't have patience.
The
minute you say wait, hold on, I hang up.
Yeah, as soon as somebody try to get on the bus, you just like close the door on them. You just shut the door on them. You was probably one of those bus drivers. They was trying like, oh, what do we got? You just shut the door, just peel off.
Yeah, I gotta keep that shit moving because I need my break. I need my break at the end of the line.
Yeah, I used to hate that. Hold on.
I need my.
Used to hear that sad.
Nigga, you gotta be. I don't give a you old. As soon as you hear that noise, if you blind, old, if you fall, I ain't gonna look to see if you hurt or not because then I gotta fill out paperwork. So I just keep that shit moving. You don't need.
That's funny, man. So I saw you on the on that back route for Mary Easttown. I thought that was hilarious because that was that was a Girard College, right?
Girard College. Yeah. Girard College.
Mm-hmm.
I said, because they had the two scenes there. They had the wedding, and they had the court.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So they was like, we need you to stand. They were like, where you want to stand at? I said, where Kate standing? They said, she's gonna be right here. I said, then me and my date, we standing right by Kate. But that's where the camera goes.
Yeah.
Now I know. Man, if I do background work, I know exactly. You be right with it next to the star because everybody else gonna get blurred out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you
I said,
did.
you can't miss this big ass head.
It was funny because I was prepping on that location, but I kept getting bounced around, and so I didn't stay to the end. And I didn't stay to the end, but I was there for when they strike it, which is a different thing. Like prepping and striking is basically when they get it ready. I get it ready, and then like you basically when you're striking it, you taking everything down. But I usually am there through the whole shoot when I do that. But since we were short staffed, I was hopping from set to set to set to set. And so I was there for when they were, getting things ready. And then I forget where I was at after that. I think I went to
Coatesville.
I was in Chad's Ford, I think. No, I was in Coatesville the first half, like before the quarantine. That was one of my locations. I did the high school. That was like the biggest thing that I ever did as far as like I had to deal with it was like 300 extras that day. So I'm not like a set PA or nothing like that. They like deal with them. When I say deal with them, I mean like trying to find a place to put them. We got a big tent that we built. It was too far out in the middle of the field. Like I learned a lot of stuff, from that. But that was the person I was working with, But I had cleaned up that whole high school and stuff and got it ready. Got that whole gym ready for that scene. Getting things fixed, getting the bleachers open, getting the sign up. So when I go to places, we usually like I make negotiations too, like with like people to get like things ready for the sets and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, like just or I take you over your house, put you in a hotel, and then we take it over and I love how they change things. That's my favorite part, like seeing.
Bro, I like who they do that for? The one with Bradley Cooper in. They took somebody's crib, put them in a hotel, turned their whole crib around. I said, if that was me, I wouldn't change nothing back. I keep it the way they.
Well,
you upgraded my crib.
Sometimes you can request and they allow you to keep some of the things. Some of them are not because it belongs to the props and as expensive as as it can be, and it ain't gonna be worth giving it to them. But they take pictures and they put it back exactly the way they left. Like even if you had like say like a medicine bottle like laying down on the desk, like almost falling off, they gonna put it exactly the same spot. That's because that's how you left it, and that's how they're gonna have it when you come back to your house. So it's gonna be like we was never there making a movie or whatever. So yeah, it's fun, man.
That's the profession. That's the good professional sets you be on. Because some sets you be on, bro.
Well, I know. I mean, that you talking about more like indie work. When you get into like
indie work, yeah. Because it's not like a big budget. It's not like a big budget.
Nah.
They tell you, hey man, you got this suit, bring that suit. And you got it, then see, I don't have wardrobe. Nah, we don't have wardrobe. Nah. You got some old shoes, you like, yeah, bring them. Because
yeah.
On the big budgets, they pay you if they put you in some clothes. That's another check.
Yeah, they pay you for that. They pay you for the time doing it done, getting that done. They pay for even getting the COVID tests. They pay for all that stuff. It's
bro. I never had so many COVID tests in my life, man. Never. In my last year, I had so many joints, like doing stuff. I'm like, dang, no, if we on set, I'm like, what? I'm thinking like, dang, they put you in the room for a couple of days. You like, nice. You go, should I invite somebody? And then they're like, nah, that motherfucker might have COVID. Then that might mess your bread up. So you say, you know what? Maybe that's when they say isolation, they mean isolation.
Yeah, they put you in the bubble, but
right.
It was different zones and stuff, and some people in the green zone got tested more often than people in the yellow zone and all that stuff. But
I definitely was in the green zone. I definitely got that every.
Yeah, I mean,
it was cool. I understand it.
Yeah, I was more helpful. Well, it's funny because I got tested a lot, but I was more helpful in the yellow zone than the green zone because I had to. You need somebody that needs to make moves, like basically, and some of us couldn't. Some of us. At first, some of us couldn't. By the end, I would say the lines were blurring more because it had to. You know what I mean? They didn't care, and people weren't getting sick, and they knew that. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I mean that was a fun production. It was a long production. You know what I mean? And
oh, that joint lasted. I had got on there fall, which I was all the way back to March, right? But the crazy, one of the scenes we was at, right? They had like beer, props, beer bottles, like empty joints or whatever. But me, I started smelling a real beer. I said, hold on. One of the extra bulls was drinking a Heineken. I said, how the hell did he I wasn't shocked that he was drinking. I'm like, where did he find a real Heineken?
Um,
They been said cut. He still was drinking. I said, this dude was getting busy. Yo, he was getting busy.
Yeah,
But that's how it be sometimes.
we started. I think it was. I started October of the prior. What was it? Of 2019, I think it was October 2019. Yeah, and
I
then
started in 19.
yeah, October 2019, and then we were filming, and then in March it went in
Oh,
hiatus for the quarantine, and then we came back in August.
Okay, so
We weren't filming in August yet. When I say we came back, like I work in location, so we had to come back because we had to start getting things ready. So we came back in August, and then we started filming again. I think in September, I think, and then that's when we probably came along because we had multiple. We had to have to get it done. We had to have multiple crews, like A and B, like shoots and stuff like that, and just a lot of things going on around the clock, and it was a lot going on to get it done. And then even cut it because it was like I think it was supposed to be originally 9 episodes and it got down to 7, but. And then there's different.
Yeah, because I was supposed to come back, and then they didn't bring me back. For,
oh yeah, well that's because they were going to start shutting things down again. So instead of past that point, they just ended it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But I see that a lot with HBO. They're only doing like mini series now.
Mm-hmm.
Like to draw your attention, and then you're like, yo, come on.
Yeah. And,
it's crazy.
Yeah. M Night out there doing his thing. He produces stuff for Servant. I mean he does that Servant show for Apple TV Plus. He's right out.
Well, they just started. They started asking for help again with Servant. I seen them put it on online.
Yeah.
That's the crazy guy.
Yeah.
He got a crazy imagination.
I don't like that kind of stuff, but he's out there doing his thing, and
you walk down the street and the wind blow and then you get crazy. I'm like, who thought of this?
But yeah, like all the stuff he has some. But I was in the airport and I was looking at all the movies that are made in Philly and like.
When you walk by them and half of them is his.
Yeah, half of them is his. Yeah. And they're good. The good Johns, like the first couple ones with him with Bruce Willis and stuff like that, like the Sixth Sense and stuff like that.
Sixth Sense. To me, I think Sixth Sense might have been his best one.
Yeah.
Well, which is well known for. So of course it's going to be everybody's favorite because that's like your first is like that was a dope joint, whatever. Start getting crazy with the other ones like Devil and all that chicken up. But what's crazy about movies like that when people understand Devil was only took place that was just one scene. Like the elevator was a whole. You save money on that when you ain't got to jump back from this scene to this scene. You could just stay focused in the elevator. Movie took place, you know what I mean? So people understand that sometimes. You're like, oh, really? Yeah, like phone booth. That movie was all in. Saw was in a damn one room, just one room, the whole movie.
I don't know if
that made so much money.
Malcolm and Marie, because Malcolm and Marie was all like in one house for like 2 hours, just some arguing, in black and white. That's all it was. Just arguing.
I've seen it on there, but I didn't click on it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how to feel about it, man. I mean, they eating box mac and cheese at the beginning of the movie. I don't know if I really believe what's going on. You know what I mean? But they was acting the behinds off. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say.
Right. Listen, you acting good if you keep somebody interested for 2 hours in your movie and you never left the house.
Nah.
That's good acting.
It's good acting.
Never left the house.
I don't believe that they would say the stuff or they were saying to each other. I feel like some of the dialogue was forced. Even though they acted their behinds off, it just wasn't.
As far as a black couple, you mean?
Yeah. I feel like that was a white couple and they just cast a black couple. That's basically what I feel about the movie.
There you go.
I didn't want to say it, but yeah, you pulled it out of me. That's exactly what I feel like. The movie was
it definitely was a white writer.
Yeah.
So that's be a white writer.
The dialogue didn't feel right. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like
not black. If you stuck in the house with a chick and you arguing for 2 hours, if you don't throw a microwave,
you were like this box mac and cheese. What the hell? Like
yo, if you don't throw that, man, bro.
I'm just saying, like, it wasn't, and he wasn't like, listen, like, you can't, not gonna sit there. Some people, I think, take it wrong. Like, when I was talking to my brother about it, he's like, oh, you wrong. Like, I'm not saying you can't sound educated. Oh, you disappeared. I don't know what happened. But like, yeah, I think it's over. I think we have to jump back on this, John, if he hops back on. His phone died or something. That was funny. I was like, just lost him. I had to figure out how to bring him back. Is this still on recording? Yeah.
My bad, man.
No, you good. You good. It's all right. It happens. You know what I mean? Like it happens. That was funny though. That was that was funny. I was like, oh snap. No,
I know me. I know me. I know how I get to arguing and stuff like that.
yeah, but I was saying
I
like
used to, man. I just
my brother was telling me I was wrong because he was saying like I was talking about they was like I'm like they speak educated. You know what I mean? I'm like that's not saying you can't sound educated. I was like not that. I'm saying it's the way they was like
proper speaking proper English, right?
Yeah. I'm not talking about they was speaking.
It's hard to watch somebody have an argument.
Yeah, like I mean, but they was being
not for 2 hours. I can't watch you have an argument.
Something was like they was out there. It was like the way they was belittling each other. Like you wouldn't. It's not realistic. I can see two white people belittling each other like that, talking to each other like you piece of shit. Like you like I can hear that, but I don't see that. It's just I can't, man. It was, you know.
They were like, "Fuck your Harvard education.
Yeah.
Fuck your Harvard. Fuck your Hampton education. No, it's fuck you, bitch. Your mother and all your. That's the real shit.
Yeah.
That's I get this electric cut off. You know that shit.
Nah, you're not trying to like have some.
Watch tomorrow. You won't have no running water.
You try to say all this like psychological stuff about them and everything. It's like, nah, it's something. I don't know about this, but yeah, I mean, I think film school messed me up anyway. So I pick apart movies, so that's my fault.
How long did you go to film school for,
bro? For 2 years.
Did you?
Yeah.
Out there or here?
I went to Florida. So yeah, it was it was at Full Sail in Winter Park.
I was thinking about taking a class online, but it might be some clues because I wanted to get into some stuff with some camera work. But I just said the best way to learn is to be from somebody that's dope with the camera. So I just rather do it that way.
But that's the thing too.
You know what I mean?
I'm not really a camera dude. That's the funny part about it. I think I have stuff, but like I learned more about how to do shots in general. It don't matter what I use. You can. It's usually you have somebody that'll execute that stuff for you, but you just trying to figure out how you telling your story and what shots you want, and then you try to figure out how you're gonna light it and stuff with your cinematographer and stuff. They're the ones that usually mess with the camera. You just trying to tell them what to do. If you're directing it or you got a certain vision or something, or you're trying to produce it, you don't really have to worry about all that. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I mean, I feel like I need to learn more about those things. Same thing if you're editing and stuff like that. Like if you don't edit and stuff, but you gotta like, teach yourself those things, I guess, if you really want to do those things. Because even in school, they didn't really, I had classes on editing, but
just do your homework on it.
Yeah. They don't teach you everything. You know what I mean? Like they ain't gonna teach you how to do no special effects to be like Superman flying in the air or nothing like that. But you can figure it out. You can actually do it. You know what I mean? And the software is really there with it. So yeah, there's people doing it too. So, I mean, it depends on how much work you want to put in with it. Like, I feel like that's part of the thing I was saying earlier about like having to do certain things online or social media and then being what we do, like as a stand-up comedian, are we gonna have like a jack of all trades, or we got to do all these things now, or gonna be teams? Like you see how people doing these podcasts, they're gonna be teams of comics. You know what I mean? I don't know what's happening. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to see how it's all opening up. You know what I mean? Like the clubs and stuff is, and where the hubs are, and
But the dope thing about comedy is it's just like ball players. Like I might be a ball player from North Philly, you might be from West Philly, whatever. But we all link up to go do a project somewhere else or play ball somewhere else. That's why I feel like comedy is. I might be a comedian that's in the video and this, that, and third. You might be that, and I'm trying to learn. Then I can come to you. You think I'm saying? That's all. It's all about networking.
yeah.
Also, you just can't do nothing by yourself. I don't see how people try to. You look weird trying to move by yourself with no help.
I don't know. I mean, I think sometimes
I'm really, people aren't really messing.
No. I mean, that's different. If you don't want to mess with nobody,
You can't do nothing by yourself.
No. I mean, but I'm saying like there's sometimes people do things out of necessity. I think it's not so much of, they don't want to mess with some people. There is people that are weirdos like that. I agree. But then there's people that just, out of necessity, like, I don't got anybody else to do this. Somebody got to do it. I got to figure this out. Let me pick it up, and work with it. You know what I mean? I think that.
Yeah, I can see that. You say you want to be a one-man show and you want to do everything on your own, but I think it's much better for yourself if you had not even a big team. If you have like maybe this is a small team or something like that, and y'all both, or maybe three, y'all both mindset is the same. It's like, yo, let's move forward. We can do this, we can do that, and take a load off a lot of shit you're trying to do.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Man,
everybody gotta be working on the same vision. That's the thing. Sometimes like everybody doesn't collaborate like that. Sometimes one person, has a bigger vision than everybody else, and they start to, I've seen that. You know what I mean? We've seen that. You see, it's a classic story. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just getting everybody to follow in that one, vision. You know what I mean? And stay committed to that.
Right.
Dude, it will fall. It'll everybody can do what they want. Then it'll you know what I mean? Everything will, fall.
Of course.
Yeah.
I like to learn stuff because I don't like to depend on nobody. But if you know what I mean, sometimes you might ask somebody to do these times, and they're like, "Yeah, you wait." You like, no, you know what? Let me move myself in on this so I can do it. You know what I mean? It's just that hustle mentality that's in people. You know what I mean? Like I gotta get this done. I want to. I want to see if I can do what can I push myself to do more. You know what I mean? You gotta have more than one hustle, more than one trade, more. You just can't sit there and just have one thing. Which I understand. That's back since you was young.
Oh yeah. No, I hear that. So since I think we've been, how long we been on tonight? Let me see. We had a nice little chat anyway. So we think we're gonna wrap it up.
Mm-hmm.
So where can everybody find you on social media?
On people that still doing Facebook is John A. Phillips, and Instagram is John Phillips, the number 4 real. So John Phillips 4 real. That's on Instagram, and I got some stuff on YouTube. Is comedian John Phillips. So that's all my social media. You can find me, see my content. On Instagram, you can see me act a fool. I do this thing called Where Your Aunt Beverly. I just started that, so it's like I be getting phone calls like, "Yo, you really mess with Aunt Beverly?" No, motherfucker. I just put that shit on there because people retarded.
Yeah.
But that's just the thing I do to have fun and make the time go if I'm not doing shows. I mean.
Yeah. Do you have anything up?
That's about it, bro.
Anything like any big shows coming up? I mean,
in Philly, I'm always, I might catch me at a Ken show every Friday in Glenside. He does Delaware Saturdays. I normally rock out Baltimore on Thursdays. My next show is March 12th, which would be at Glenside.
Okay.
And that's basically. Then I got some stuff coming up, but I got to secure the dates before I release that. But you'll catch it on my, I put the dates on my social media so everybody can see.
Dope. All right, well, make some noise for John Phillips, man. It's been a pleasure.
Appreciate you having me, my brother. Thank y'all.
All right.